It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Christopher. He's got a long last name.
Why do you do last names? We don't. I would just skip all last names. Save yourself the heartache.
All right, hey Christopher. One of the 400 Christophers of you out there.
Christopher will know his question.
Okay, here it is. He says, early 30s, current retirement contributions will hit FI number by 45. Awesome. That's great. Should I continue to up the retirement contributions or put more in a taxable account for early retirement? So he's in his early 30s, he's saving, he knows his number needs to hit, and he's currently on trajectory to hit that, but it sounds like he's not maxing out his retirement accounts. Should I do that? Or should I start funneling some money to a taxable account if I'm thinking about financial independence at age 45?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's a lot to take in there, and that's why once again, go out to moneyguy.com/resources, and you can download our free financial order of operations. And this is something we cover in step 7, which is hyperaccumulation. Yep. Now, I will tell you, I think Chris ought to consider. Because I'm assuming if you're saving at that threshold, he's probably in a decent income situation.
Bracket, yeah.
And sometimes when you're in a higher income situation, the tax ramifications should come into play. So, and one of the most tax favored things out there is retirement savings. So I would first, if you're in a higher income situation, you probably do want to max out some of those retirement benefits just for the tax savings. But I think he is spot on, is that once you get to, especially if you think you're retiring at 45, 50, even 55, anybody really under 59 and a half, you're going to have to ask yourself, how do I get access to assets when I retire? Because you're going to find out you might be retirement rich, meaning you have lots of assets in tax deferred accounts, but you don't have access to any liquidity to actually use right now. And that's why I do love the idea in hyperaccumulation where, yes, you start building up that third bucket of assets. Not only do you have your tax-free Roth, not only do you have your tax deferred with your employer retirement accounts, but you actually start saving retirement assets in after-tax bucket money, because that's going to be the money that can bridge you getting to retirement. That's the big part of it. And then you can focus on the asset allocation, making sure that you're being tax smart with the tax location too.
Because I got to believe it'd be a sick feeling. And we've not seen this in practice, thankfully, but somebody, they start in their 20s. You know what? Okay, I need $2 million. When I get to $2 million, I've calculated that I can retire. And so they save and save and save and save and save and save. And they get to 45 and they got $2 million and it's in their 401k, and they go tell their boss, hey, I'm going to retire. And it's awesome. And then it comes time for them to get their money to pay. And they're like, oh, man, I have to pay income tax on that. Oh, man, I got to pay a penalty. Oh, man, that money is not quite as liquid as you thought it was going to be.
Well, and there's always, I don't want to create this fear, because it is an issue, but it gets complicated. That's really the thing is, because I could get you access. If you're retired at 45, you have a 401k that's $2 million. We could get you access penalty free, but it's just complicated. We have to roll off a portion of the assets into an IRA. We have to annuitize it over your life expectancy.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. But it is so. I'd rather you, instead of having to get complicated, we want you to have that simple wealth where it just happens automatically and you don't have to do all kind of unnecessary work. Think about the 3 bucket strategy so you don't have to do all these by last resort planning methods that I have in our toolbox.